I am continuing my river valley wanderings. This, the last two videos I did, I was down here, different spots each time. In the last video, I turned around somewhere over there. So this is new stuff. So I've been down here for a while now, just kind of walking around. Wind's not as bad today, so that's cool. Picked out this little patch of trees here that I was heading for. I thought before that I'd been following the main river upstream, but I saw that I thought that it cut me off from this, but I don't think it does, so I'll go check that out. But no real purpose or destination today, just getting out and getting my wander on. Found my way into this little scrubby forest thing. I think it gets into bigger trees over here. This area is kind of loud. They get right over that bluff is a small plane airport, bush planes and stuff, and doing laps around me like vultures. It's kind of an interesting little mix of environments here. There's these little trees, but there's also like the ground is all this like silt, so the water comes up high sometimes. There was salmon bones back there from last season probably, so it's, it comes up, and then right in this little patch where there's not really as much trees, we got last year's horsetail and stuff growing there, which is like a wetter plant. Kind of a strange little mix of environments. Adding to the strange mix of environments, we now have openness. I've crossed a few of these already where it's been stuff like this. And then there's just a path through where the water cut through, I guess. So a little bit of water there. Keep peeking around in this wet, muddy silt stuff to see if I can find any tracks to get some clues about what anybody lives in this little area or frequents it. There's some kind of dog print, but there's also there's a human footprint and there's like a dirt bike track, so could just be a regular old doggy, but look bigger than a fox. Except for that one. Yeah, hard to tell what's going on. So I can't tell if this is beaver chewed. It looks like teeth, doesn't it? Pretty big chunks. But I mean, there's a few of those. Like I say, there's this place. I'm not out in the middle of nowhere, so there's people. I think I heard something. Maybe not, but there's water. I'm gonna go peek in here. It'd be cool if I found some beaver. So there's definitely a lot of limbs chewed, and some of them are older like these guys, and some of them are more fresh like the ones I was just looking at. Wonder if I go up that way, if I were a beaver, where would I be? I'll try that way. Oh man, he's been down in a lot of stuff out here. Some of this stuff is pretty old, like this stuff. So, that looks a little seasoned, so, but I don't know, some of it seems fresh. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going up this little creek. See if I can find a little home. Something's been digging right there, it looks like. Okay, we definitely got beaver activity. I don't know if it's still inhabited or not, but that looks like a den right there. And then there's a nice dammed up wall across over there. So I'm pretty sure this is a lived-in beaver den, because like this right here, like that looks nice and fresh. I've seen a few of those. I can even like smell it, the like fresh cut wood smell coming up on the nice little well-maintained wall going on here, little dam. I smell something else too. I can't tell if it's that fresh cut wood or what's beaver smell like. Am I smelling beaver? I don't have quite the nose for beaver scent. I guess this is the time to develop it. It's just fun just walking around out here though, like and seeing the different signs of activity, even though I'm not seeing the actual animal. And I've seen some moose tracks going around. There's a moose that walked across, or that I didn't see him, but the tracks went across the thing, so it's cool just imagining him or her walking across the little creek there. There's a spot where its foot went in through the ground. It's probably slightly alarming. Yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing that way, see what's on the other side of the little wall there. Pretty impressive dam he's got going on here. It's like there's no water here right now, except for this little bit. But when the river rises, this thing probably gets pretty full. There's other little dry trenches through the forest that are crossed over that probably fill with water too. All right, I think I'm gonna move on, push back through the forest and come out the other side. This has been cool though. I keep looking for tracks. I don't actually know. I see little scuff marks and scratches every now and then, but I want to see a solid track. You'd think I'd be able to see one in this mud, but just because I'm kind of trying to figure out if this beaver is actually active this year. It seems like it is because of how fresh all these cuttings are. But yeah, just looking for more signs. Seeing moose tracks all over, which based on that, it is not a beaver, it is a moose den. That's what it is. The moose are adapting to this environment and are gnawing down trees and building homes. Glad I discovered this. Alright, I'm going to start aiming my general wandering direction back, I think. Yeah. But one of the things I like about wandering down here is it's just so open, as opposed to being like on a trail. Like I can just pick points. I don't know, like I could draw a line on a map and measure how many miles I've gone, but the actual crisscrossing, meandering path I took is probably like 20 times that. That makes it fun. Kind of nice out today though. Sun's come out a couple times. Not much, but it's fairly warm for this time of year at least. But yeah, I'm going to take a little bit different path back. I stuck along the river on the way here, the main channel of it, and I enjoyed that, but I got mobbed by those gulls again, like Was that last video that happened? It's kind of crazy. They were in a different spot this time, so I tried to avoid the one area, but then they came at me and they were a little more aggressive this time. Got a little, had to kind of keep my head down a bit. They were coming in low. So I'll probably cut away from the river for a little bit, but not for too long, because it's been fun listening to that water flowing as I've walked. I sat into some little piles of driftwood every now and then and just listen to it. Kind of nice. I think in one of my recent videos I was mentioning the silt down here that gets blown around so easy in the wind, and it settles. There's all different kinds of sand down here, but the silt, like here's some that's separated out from, just like how clay separates out in the desert, but it's super fine. There's some coarser grains on top, but like once you grind it up, it's just like silky smooth, and it gets all up in your business when it's blown. But people pay good money to make all kinds of mud masks and skincare silly business out of that stuff, so there is that. But it's cool though, because that stuff, it's ground so fine because the glacier's been crunching up those rocks and grinding it up.